Turbo Timmy is the only trainer's challenge horse who is still awaiting an adoptive home. Let's see what he has been up to and see if it gets him a family all his own.
So it's October 13th, and we've got just a little under 2 weeks to go before our challenge here. And Timbo is just hanging out with me. I thought we would do an update because I haven't done an update in a little while here. Oh, sorry, I've got some construction going on. Well, so let's see. The short version is we've done a ton of trail riding. He's gone off site to a few places, and we even repeated one of our places. And it was really funny because he recognized it and he was getting a little cocky. He's like, I know where we're going and I know what the assignment is. And he was actually really rude about mounting. I know, sweets. He's been getting a little rude about mounting, so we're going to go back to those basics, and we were working on that today. I'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, he knows, endurance riders, we trot on the flat and then we walk on the hills and that. So anytime we got to the flat, he was already starting to pick up the trot without me asking. So yeah, he thinks he knows his job, but said he was a little shocked when we did 2 laps of that place and not just 1 lap. So he was, we always find that happens with the endurance horses is they get settled into one kind of distance and they think they know what's going on. When you put the saddle on them again for loop 2 or you turn out to loop 2, they're always a little bit surprised, and it kind of just gives a little ego check, which is good. But it's nice to see that he's getting so confident that he's offering these things. And even when I asked, if he suggested a trot and then I would ask him to come back, no, we're not going to trot just yet, not until I say so, he was more than happy to oblige. So he was still really willing. The mounting was definitely a lot more rude, and so yeah, we're going to work on that again. But yeah, he gave me a good headbutt on the mounting block, which I was not happy about, and then he tried to run my friend over. So we're going back to basics. I think, again, it's a bit of an ego thing. He's like, I know what we're doing. Let's get moving. I don't want to sit and wait around. So today we were doing, I was just doing some groundwork, working on our ground tie, because that was something we haven't really done yet. So we were working on that and kind of just getting used to the idea of standing still for a while I moved around him and kind of just reconnecting and getting back to snuggling. And as you can see, he really likes snuggling. He wants to spend a lot of time just doing that. So yeah, just getting used to the idea of being still at the mounting block, and good things are happening there, and we don't always have to just jump up and then run off to go do a big long trail ride. We can just hang out there and have happy things happen there too. So yeah, we were doing a lot of that today. And in the middle, we went to an obstacle park, which was awesome. We got to meet up with one of the other trainers, Becca, and her horse there. So yeah, we quite enjoyed it. And Timbo, he was so good. He is very brave, just naturally. I pointed him at the tarp, and I mean, usually it's not something I would want to train, because if we were on trail and we were to find like a random tarp, I wouldn't want my horse to be like, oh, I'm going to get cookies for going over this. But you know what? I pointed him at it and he went straight over, no hesitation. There were like pool noodles and stuff he had to go through, no hesitation. There was bridges and water. He didn't really like the water. He seems to like bigger water than like little creeks. He's not quite sure if he's supposed to jump it or walk through it. And I think that stresses him out just a little bit. And then what else was there? We don't quite have backup or sideways buttons yet. We got it going on the ground, but we haven't really translated it through to the other one. Oh geez, I'm getting a little bombarded here. I got Bentley coming in as well. So some of these things, they're just little gaps that we need to work on before before we have our final test in about a week and a half or so. Oh my goodness, this was probably a bad idea to do it here, but I wanted him to share the spotlight because he certainly deserves it. what can I say too? He's super smart. Anything I point him at, he figures it out. And he's been really good about listening to my suggestions when we go on there, which is really good. He learns things in like 2 to 3 repetitions. It really doesn't take long. Hey, don't bite my boot. So it can be very good, but it can also be very bad because he learns what he can get away with. If he makes a mistake and I'm like, oh, that's okay, then he'll be like, well, what if I purposely do this? Or like, what if I need to circle around again? And he's a real master of figuring out the loopholes. So I got to be really careful about what I'm doing because he learns these things so quickly. So yeah, very smart. But as I said, I got to make sure that I am at the top of my game so that he doesn't take advantage and that he keeps developing good habits and not bad ones. But that's, I think, something that's going to have to happen permanently with anybody who takes him, who adopts him, is they're going to have to make sure that they're always just kind of checking in with themselves and making sure that they're not repeating habits that he's going to be picking up on, because he is so smart and just so perceptive about that. So yeah, the rest of this week, we're going to go up to the Dufferin Forest tomorrow, which is another new trail riding place for him. And he's going to do his longest ride. We're going to do the Pink Loop, which is about 11.5 kilometers. So that'll be good. He'll have a couple of days off after that. We'll maybe just do some more groundwork. And then it's time to start prepping our dressage test and figure out where we're going to do all these things too. I got to find some facilities. We got the obstacle course sorted out now too, but I'm going to have to find somewhere to take him over some jumps and have a proper dressage ring, because even though I have the letters, my only place to hook it up is enough space there, but there's a fire pit in the way. And I think one last thing too is I think he's got a little bit of a cold. His eyes kind of goopy here, and he's got a little bit of a flutter in his nose. So I'll probably have the vet out just to check in, make sure that he's okay. He's definitely gotten a lot fitter, but I don't want him to be sick and having to perform higher than he wants to when he's sick, because I don't want to sour him either. But yeah, overall, super happy with how things have been going this week. The last 2 weeks, whenever it was that I last checked in, he is really enjoying himself. Everybody who meets him just thinks he's absolutely awesome, and they can't believe how green he is too, because you'd never know it. Like, as I said, he's just an absolute trooper. He's game to try anything you ask for, and picks up so quickly. So hopefully this is enough to convince somebody that they want to adopt him too, because we want to see him go to a really nice home. He's going to make somebody super happy. But I said I'll be sad to let him go. But I've been loving having fosters come in, and I want to make more Timbos so that the world can enjoy the standardbreds as well. Hey, Tim? Okay, that's it. He's back, Timbo. Good. Let's put you in the high now. Yeah. I know, they're showing you want to go. Alright. Can we squeeze on by and take the lead? I just want to take a video of that showing that he'll go in the back or in the front. So I'm doing one continuous. Good man, yeah. Hustle up, yeah. Hustle up the hill. Good man. It's going to be hard to pass Bentley, isn't it? He's a good hill horse. Let's get you out in the front. Show what we need to show. going. There you go. Yeah. No, no. We're going straight up the hill. Woo. All right. Okay, you want to trot it? Okay, we're going to trot it then. I guarantee he's going to peter out like in a second. So he doesn't have this kind of hill trot in him. I know. Oh, you're trying so hard. There you go. There's the walk. Good on him for trying, though. What are you asking me? And hold. Hold. So today I am very happy to say that I was wrong. Just a couple of days ago, I was saying I'm not going to bother trying to train him to canter because I wasn't sure if 60 days would be enough for all of that, between trying to get him fitted up enough to do the work and just the amount of skill that it takes. And I didn't want him to get like kind of spun out about it and kind of have all the rest of the work fall by the wayside just because we were trying to get the canter. So The reason why I say I'm wrong is on Sunday we went out on a trail ride in the forest. We had some really good footing. And just to see, I wanted to see if he would go fast trot or canter, if that was going to be his impulse, because I mean, he never got to race, so he doesn't know that he's not supposed to canter. So we got lucky there. So I had my friends ride fast to see what he would do, and there was awkwardness at first, but eventually he figured out a almost canter, and then I pushed him on a little, and he figured out a proper gallop. Um, and we worked on that a little bit up, a little bit down. We took the lead. I'd ask him to canter. I asked him to trot. I asked him to canter. I asked him to trot. And he really seemed to get it. Like probably 2, 3 transitions in. He knew exactly what I was asking, and he was happy to oblige. So I decided to take it into our little ring area today to see if he remembered. And yeah, he absolutely did. And it was quite awkward at first. Like you'll see the video. We almost ran into some buildings. um, but you know, it just took him probably 2 or 3 laps, and he figured it out. And he came under himself. And it's still, you know, closer to a gallop than a canter, but we are able to not run into buildings, which is nice. So I guess I'll have to just keep working on it. And then the other thing that I decided to is, you know, I was worried that once we cantered that it would kind of be chaos and he'd be all amped up in that. So I took him back and I did some more transitions, some walk trot, trot walk, even some trot halt halt trots. I did some serpentines, and he came right back. So I asked him again for the canter. Still remembered, best canter we've had yet. So I was just so happy. We called it at that today. We've got just about a week before I have to hand in my dressage test. I think we're going to do it probably on the weekend, though. So it's more like a couple of days before I'm going to do my dressage test. So I don't know if we'll actually try the canter in the dressage test. I'll see what our little practice round is like before we do the official video. But yeah, he's I can't believe it. It's been what, like 50 days, little shy of or a little more than that, and he's already cantering. So good work, buddy. You did great today. Yes, you did. Just don't kick my dog.
So it's easier to do this? So you're like a spear under?
Yeah, I'm just kind of waving it around to see what he's going to
Oh, right.
Yeah. He's like, don't hit my head. No, that's okay. All right. Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
That was spectacular. So that I can start doing it. And then
Yeah, it's the little bit when it drops is a bit weird. Oh.
A little off the edge. That's okay.
10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just a fluid walking motion.
Good man. Good man. See, now you can back up. Good effort. Good man. Let's try again for the rest of the day. Good man. Yeah. Keep going. Oh, you get Google looked at it over there. Yeah. Good. Try again.
Good man.
Can we go off the right way? No, we can't go off the right way. Well, we can put all feet on the tires maybe.
Yay.
There we go. That's something. That's something. Want to go for a little trot now? Want to go for a little trot? All right. Yeah. There you go. Good man. Good man. Yeah. Oh, is that a hill? You've done enough hills. You're good. Oh. There you go. Good man. Good man. There you go. Good man. Right through the water. Yeah, let's go through the water. Go right through it. Oh, right through the water. Good boy.
Yoo-hoo.
Yeah. Oh, I got a video for it. He likes the boogie part. Figures out.
Oh,
It's okay.
Put me
Good
under that.
man. Good man. There we go. Still about that. Then I'm assuming I hook it onto this one?
Yep.
Yes. Yes, good man. Good man. Yes, good man.
Trying not to die.
Good, yeah. Yeah, just nice and quiet and straight. Try one more. This way. Okay, I will take that.
Yes.
I'm not fast enough.
Good man. Good man. What about the water? You hate the water. Yeah, I know you hate the water.
He's like, nice try.
I was hoping to get that impulsion going. Come on.
Come on, buddy.
Oh, so good. And now we're gonna walk. Good man. Good man. Yeah. Okay, so we are the Saturday before the challenge ends, and we did a dressage test today because we needed to find a place that was flat and had letters, and this was the only day we could do it. So the dressage test went okay. He was a little jazzed up because there was a lot of things to look at. They have everything dressed up for Halloween right now, so there was a ton of things to look at, and there were some new horses here, so he was kind of hyper, and I totally forgot my test and kind of did something late, but that's okay. It's not the Olympics, and I think it still showcases, you know, that we've come so far in the last, not quite 60 days, 52 days. After that, we did a little bit of jumping. So he did kind of his first string of jumps in a row. We did 4 in the stadium ring, and then we got to go out and did some cross-country jumps too. He did 4 or 5, and he did a ditch, and he was just an absolute natural. He really seemed to enjoy the jumping. So I think we're going to come back here next weekend. We're at Wits End. They have a Halloween show next weekend, and the Saturday is the schooling, and that's when I need to submit the jumping. So I think we're gonna do our course then in the morning, and hopefully I get it in time. But I'm so pleased with him. He's been doing so great, and he's taking to the jumping as well as he's taking to the trail, which really says a lot because I mean he really took to the trail. I think he's just really happy to be doing anything that his human asks of him. He's even enjoying time with Lee. He's very tired too. It was a lot of work for him today, so he's having a good snooze. That's why we needed to get him fit so he could do this challenge and enjoy. And he also had his first drink away from home because it was hot today and he was very thirsty. So it's nice to see that he will drink away from home, and just gonna let him have a sleep now. All right, we'll check in later.
Wow, what a finale check-in with Turbo Timmy. If this doesn't get him a home, we don't know what will. Now it's all up to the finale judges and their decisions.